guys doing? My name is Bryson, and today I want to do a little interview thingy, like a little like story thing. I like stories, so how about I tell you a story? Uh, I just finished up high school, not like completely, I'm still a senior. I'm starting my year. I'm supposed to be, but I just left my last high school. So let me tell you a little about it. I went to a place called North. Now, you had South, East, West, and North. At least that's what I'm pretty sure the high school place is. We were considered, at least in my eyes, it was considered the worst one, but of course, I lived by it, so what was I going to do, complain? I remember when I first went to North, it was the outside school, and everything was shaped a little weird. Like here's the front gate, and then over there you got the scooter gate, and there's a lot of shit over there. Then you got like a gate up there, a gate up there, a gate up there. There's a lot of gates to keep people in. I don't know why, but I think it was maybe because everyone was scared of shooters and everything. But I always thought it was a little silly. Everything's supposed to be open, yeah, at the same time closed. You know, like what was the whole point of making the school if you're just gonna close it all together? But no, I used to hear stories about it. Uh, how the gates were open, how like there was no fences. You could literally just walk off, go to the park, then you could just walk back. And I remember just sitting there and going, man, that would be so crazy. Imagine at lunch, you get your lunch, you just go down the park, sit down, have a good time. So sadly, I got to miss that, but I did get to see a lot of good stuff. Now, when I first went there, I was a loner. I always been a loner in school. I never really had friends. And then I met this one person. I think it was a trans person. They're very nice. They're very like sweet, and they always like cared. They're just a little weird. I remember they always say, "Oh, well, I got a wife and I got kids and I make like $1 million a day," and they always told little lies. And it wasn't like it was their fault. Like I get, not every person can have all their eggs in the basket, but Jesus Christ, the hell happened to your basket? You take a shit in it. But besides that, the one thing I always fought with was loneliness. You never really realize how alone you are until you're at a place where it's supposed to be like the most biggest place ever. Like when I went to high school, I saw the musical and shit. I thought, oh hey, it's supposed to be like a place where you make friends, you yell at teachers sometimes, you have a good time. No, it was extremely boring. I don't know why. That's half of high school. Half of it is like shit that actually matters, and most of it is just boring. Like I can't tell you how many times I just sat there on the Chromebook, on my paper, doing whatever, just waiting for someone to at least say hi. Hell, one word. They could look at me, they go, ooh, and I respond. No, no one said anything. No, and yeah, I was a little quiet, but I wasn't that quiet. I wasn't quiet like I kept to myself the whole time. Like I would make little jokes and I would say something. If someone had a good shirt, I'd be like, hey, nice shirt. But at the same time, I just felt so alone. And I thought, oh, I make more friends, eventually it'll go away. So it was just me, that person, and their friend. I'm not gonna say any names. This is called them B. So B was alright. She was a little skinny, and I liked her, or him, whatever the trans people do. All that. I'm not good with names and all that. It's just my brain. So they went and we were friends. My first friends. I'm pretty sure were like these two trans people. So we just had a good time. Then we met another group of people. Call them S, and then later down the line in gym, because I had gym with B, and in gym I used to have some guy friends I met in freshman, and we were all right. But then eventually, throughout the freshman year, we kind of like slowly died down, and I was like, all right, those are just some guys I know. That's not really friends. And I remember every single time I sit there, they would go, "Oh, you and your girlfriend." I go, "Man, shut up, get off my jock." Then one day we're walking through the track. I'm with B, and we're just talking, about life, about experiences. Next, bam, a rock comes out of nowhere. I look around, all I see is them. What am I gonna do? Want to beat every single one of them? It's like 15 people over there. Fuck that shit. So I just yell something. And I turn around, and gym was always kind of boring because we had a Miss H. Miss H. God, that made like PE is supposed to be fun. In my eyes, it was always fun. I always had great teachers with PE. She made me hate PE. She made it all business, all schoolwork. If she was just a little bit chiller, and didn't do the morning drills, that'd be fine. Even if we had to do the morning drills, at least make them like less hard. Like she make you do like a 1 minute 30 round walk across the course, and you only have one leg tied behind your back, and then meanwhile someone's stabbing you in the little pancreas. Anyway, in gym though we met another person called D. Now D, she was alright. She was a little how you say weird, but in the fact of race. Like I would say a joke, and then she'd be like, "Whoa, you can't say that's racist." And then she would say the same joke, and I go, "Hey, you can't say that. That's pretty racist." She'd go, "Oh, well, I'm Mexican." And I told her multiple times. I said, "Hey, listen, I'm Mexican. I have Spanish people in my blood. I have a grandfather, and he's like full blown Mexican. He's like will build a house in under a day, multiple houses in under a day Mexican." And this bitch was like, "Nah, you're too white." And I showed her pictures too. I showed her pictures of my mother, and she's pretty brown and all that. But we met D after we the way we did it was we were playing around having a good time, and then we noticed this person walking next to us, and we just said like, "Hey, how you doing?" They said, "Hi, how you doing?" We started talking. We started becoming good friends. I remember as a prank, we like put their phone in the little slots of the seats that come out and then they push back in gymnasiums. We hit them in the little slots, and their fingers were too fat. They couldn't get it out, and none of all our fingers were just too big. So we gotta get the teacher, and they got like a pencil to get it out. Uh, that was good and all. And through freshman year, I was just doing good. I went to. I remember I had science or earth science teacher. Earth science was fucking awesome. Earth science was like you could literally just sit there and look at that guy and he just talks like, oh well, these is rocks and shit, and then there's fucking magma and shit. And you just look at him and you go, Jesus Christ, I really do not care, none of the slightest, none. But he was pretty enjoyable. I like that guy. He said a lot and he tried in his class. Uh, I also had a math teacher. She was wonderful because I met some of the greatest people I know in that class. In that class, there was eight S from the last one. S we met her through the group. Like we chilled out and she knew a friend and I knew a friend and we had the same math class. And then I had a boy in there, Noah. Noah was a little tart. He was a little slow, but God was it fun with him because you could make a yo mama joke. He go what? And he just look at you for like fucking 2 minutes. It was hilarious. Then you had my boy C. I forgot about the name shit. Sorry, Noah. But then another boy called C. Now C, he was cool. Now he was that's the guy we made Mexican jokes. Everyone knew him as the Mexican dude. His name was C Flores, or I used to call him C Flowers. Because fucking he's my best friend. Why not? Then we had another dude called Trenton. Trenton was a skinny white boy with some glasses. He was fucking funny. He would literally he would just slam his Chromebook. He wouldn't care. He would stand up. He'd stand on top of his desk, start pissing all over. He did not care. He'd do whatever he wanted. And I loved him for that because he was honest and he was fucking truthful and you fucking joke around with you. I remember a classic day would be like C's up there, Trenton's in front of me, and Noah's in there. We're just making jokes, throwing insults all around. We're having a good time. The teacher comes over. You guys doing your math? Yeah. What question are you on? C? Two. Really? I think you'd be pretty far in your math. Everyone else is on like question 8. I'm not good at math. We always gave the teachers stupid excuses because we weren't even trying to hide it. We weren't even trying. We were fucking with the teachers too. Hell, we would literally look the teachers down in the eyes and say, "Oh well, I'm not just very good at the subject. No, I just need a little bit more time." Let's lie to them. Oh god, that was the best part. No, but I remember, God, that was such a good class. And then I just went through my life. It was a freshman. Then all of a sudden, this girl comes in our group. We picked up this little group, and we're just chilling. Uh, we're chilling in this little corner, right? And we're having a great time. And then all of a sudden, this girl comes out of nowhere. She's a fucking asshole. She just starts like punching people. Starts out. She hit me a couple times, and of course I'm a man. I can't hit her back, unless you give me a reason. But she just fucking smacked me real quick. Oh, what are you gonna do, huh? I almost fit fossed her a couple times. But, at the end of the day, I could really say that, I don't know, maybe she really did need help, or maybe she was just, like, doing it for attention, in which case I do feel bad for you. But if you were just a dick, you're a dick. But if you weren't just a dick, I'm sorry. Maybe I should have treated you better. I was just a freshman, but Now that's the one. That's one of the biggest regrets you have as a freshman in high school. Was you don't really have a chance to grow and realize that the stuff you've been wrong or what you said was wrong and stuff like that. So you really you really just you really just go through life and you're like, oh well, I hate this person. I'm never gonna talk to him again. Like I remember one time we were friends on this little group at a table near a tree. Uh, uh, B wanted to flirt with a person there called KK, and they had a friend called T. They had their own T, short for Titan, I think, something like that. And then they had all these people there. And I'm pretty sure the first person I knew at that school, the first person I like talked to, was there, and he had like a girlfriend. And we were just walking around that table. We were having a great time. We were fucking loud. We were yelling and everything, having a wonderful time. Next thing you know, though, we walk up and they're like, "Hey, man, you can't come to the table." This is the first time we've been rejected. And for my first rejection, I was like, "Oh man, fuck them." Literally, that's all I said. And then we just walked around. And I remember that tree eventually got taken over, but it's fucking hilarious to think that for 1 year you're really mad at these people, like, oh fuck, they took our goddamn seat. I want to sit by them. I'm fucking assholes. I thought they were my friends. Then the next year, just like, I fuck them. I barely even know them. Freshman year was good until the last of it. As the last part of freshman year, uh, my heart started to change and my brain started to grow and my balls started to drop, but they dropped a little earlier. But I realized that hey, walking to the same gym class and saying all this stuff to these people, it kind of degenerated from a oh hey how are you doing? Oh, I'm doing pretty good. Oh you're not looking good. Oh fuck off. It turned more into like a hey fuck you well fuck you too thing, and I'm not really down with that. Like I get joking around, I get having a fun time, but if every single time I walk in the room you say tell me to go fuck myself, eventually I am gonna you know. So I remember it was the finals gym, and I had these two. I had D and I had B right there. I looked at them. I go, listen, I like being your friend, and I would like to be your friend, but I feel like we're just a little too negative to each other. So how about we just try being a little bit more positive, and I'll try to be better myself. They looked at me and they laughed. They laughed in my fucking face. I don't take that lightly. So they went to go, and I decided, fuck this shit. If no one's gonna change, I'll change myself. So I moved my seats and I sat down. I didn't get to do a fist fight with them, but here's the thing: that the last day of finals, because we had them broken up in three period places. You had the first final, second, and third. On the third, my girl Cheyenne or sorry S, uh, she got Taco Bell, and I was like, fuck yeah, Taco Bell. And I walked to them, and S is like, "Hey, you want one taco?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." Cause I stopped messing around over there. I kind of got tired of the bullying girl and the two dickheads. Everyone was kind of negative to each other. It kind of changed, and eventually, oh, before that though, sorry to change this, but I have a bad memory. But before that, I met these two girls. They're called BE and her sister. BE was good. She would like bring me food to try out. I would bring her food to try out. And we were very nice to each other. We had a good friendship. And then her sister was pretty cool. I liked her. She was kind of quiet, but I made sure to be extra friendly to them. They were like my favorites. They were like the wouldn't do anything. When we grew up, oh, not when we grew up, but while we were there, like I would talk to them about anything, anything that happened in the world, no matter what, I always talk to them. One day we're sitting there and I got construction, right? Like I'm building like wood blocks and construction teacher's not bad. He's like the old timey, I hate the modern day. The phone should be destroyed. I love Trump, kind of old person, old head. And I was like, all right, well, it's still construction. I can still build stuff, even if it's not good or bad, even if I don't agree with him. So I'm there building and shit. Next thing you know, uh, I go to lunch and she's there and she's like, oh, well, I want to build a house. I think I need to take the builders class. I look at her, I go, oh, yeah. If you want that, you're going to need a little bit more than that builders class, but I believe you can do it. She looked at me and she goes, what do you say? I said, you're going to need a lot more than that building class. And she says, do you mean tell me that I can't build a home? I looked at her and said, is that what I fucking said? And that was the last time I talked to her. Literally. It's out of the face, blew up. I don't even know what happened to her, to be honest with you. She never said hi to me again. She never, nothing. Disappeared. And then uh, her sister Be, I was cool with her, but I stopped hanging at the table, so I couldn't really be friends with her a lot. Again, at the same time though, you know, I was also dealing with the finals, and so for the finals, I went up, I grabbed my taco, and B and D are right there, and I just grab my taco, I turn around, and I walk away. I have a good day, you know. I go over to my other friends, you know, the guys from math. I'm just hanging out with them, and then no, that's it for freshman year. I had a friend group, you know, kind of got a little rocky, and then I got out of it. You know, we had our moments, we had the fun. You know, we got into a lot of fights. I remember at one point the boys were just not allowed except for me. Like I was the only boy in that group because all the other ones would just fucking fight and fist fight and shit, and it was hilarious. And then I remember the year after I did join another group, but that's a story for another day. This was my freshman year, and for freshman year, off of ratings, I have to give it an 8. Like there was a little bit of work, you know, it eased me into it, and getting used to walking around was a pain in the ass, you know, because I used to walk for like all the way there, you know, it was a pain, but at the end of the day, it was really good, and I can look back on those memories and go, oh well, I may not know the people now, but back in the memories, those people were good. So, you know, at least I have that. Next time, I'll tell you guys about my junior year, and right now I'm going through my senior year. And yeah, if you guys want more content, like, subscribe, and thank you. I've been your boy Bryson. Peace.